My friends, have you ever had dark urges occur in your brain? You know, something that, like, you normally wouldn't think because, you know, if you acted upon it, there would be major consequences to those actions. It's like when you're on the road and you come up to a crosswalk and you have to stop and people are crossing the street, and then you start thinking in your head, that dude's probably worth like 5 points. The lady with the baby stroller right there, depending on how big the baby is, probably worth 10 points. But then you realize that, no, this is probably a bad thing because if I actually committed to running these people over, I'd probably go to jail. And then you snap out of it and you realize that the light is green and people have been honking at you this entire time. Well, some people, unfortunately, are incapable of breaking those urges and end up committing to those actions, and 9 times out of 10 suffer from the consequences of said actions. And this person is no exception to the rule. He's probably going to get his just desserts, but the way how he went about his urges is quite disgusting. So viewer discretion is advised. If you're a bit squeamish, you might as well get off the video or at least make it all the way to the end. But oh man, this one's quite a doozy. So why don't we meet with our protagonist of the story, Mr. Steven, 18 years old, from Virginia, moved to Thailand with his dad for whatever reasons may be. There's no details onto why they ended up moving to Thailand, but he has a bit of an interest, needless to say. So upon moving to Thailand, there's a local ranch that has some horses that they're raising. The horse owners thought that this guy who frequently came by really liked the horses, really liked animals in general, so they would introduce him to the horses, let them play with the horses, but realized that there was something a bit more sinister to some of his actions. This kid apparently took some notes from both playbooks of Donald Trump and Vosh, if you're keeping up with internet lore as of right now, and decided to combine them together so that way he could assault the horses. You heard it right. Yes, this man likes to touch horses. Something that Vosh wishes that he could do, but knows that he can't because he himself is not a horse. Well, so much as he wants to dream, this kid is living the dream by going out of his way to touching female horses, particularly pregnant ones, because the one particular horse and assumedly multiple other particular horses ended up having some damage in their nether regions with things coming out of it. As such, the horse owners needed some evidence because they didn't have any, so they started setting up CCTV footage, which I'm not going to show, mainly because I don't have them, and even if I did, I wouldn't want to post it anyway. But the kid caught on 4K, that video goes straight to the police, and the police end up sending him straight to his dad, where they could lambaste him in front of his dad, and then, try and start negotiating what his proper punishment is going to be, which is probably going to be a lot because the horse owners are seeking damages for the horses, obviously, due to medical bills with damage to those areas, and even with one case where one of their miniature horses, assumedly, miscarried due to some of these actions, at least allegedly due to some of these actions. Absolutely disgusting. I don't understand how anybody could do something like this. Clearly the kid needs help. There's no other reason why that a grown boy such as this, assumedly a man for him being 18, should be going out of his way to be doing things to animals like this. It's almost like how, you can sort of determine whether if somebody is a psychopath based off of what they do to animals. In most cases, they probably would end up being a murderer if you see them killing a lot of animals, especially the way how they're killing them. There's probably a chance that this kid probably has some sort of psychopathy with molesting animals, particularly these pregnant horses. And I feel really terrible mainly for the horses because they're defenseless in a way. Yes, they are capable of defending themselves, but what can they do? Because they don't know exactly what's going on. They don't know what is happening in this situation, and the horse caretakers can only do so much when they can't go out at night because they're probably sleeping when this boy's going around trying to play woots-a-daisy with the fucking horses behind. So I hope that the boy, because he's definitely not a man, gets proper punishment for what he's done, and hopefully he gets the help that he needs, because clearly this guy is sick. And I hope that the horses and the horse owners end up getting the proper reparations that they deserve, and the horses get the proper medical attention that they need, because clearly this guy likes to play rough. Whew, man. They might get sent back to America. Thailand's going to think people are weird. News is probably spreading all around in Thailand about this kind of stuff. Man, I don't get it. I don't get it anymore. This world is such a strange... I can't even speak. This world is such a strange place. News like this, strange news like this comes out every now and then, and it just grabs attention, and I'm like, oh man, like, I don't expect you to like this video because it is a very strange one, but I wanted to at least give it light because, you need to know that there are crazies out there. It ain't just like the big named people like Andrew Tate and Vosh in this case. There are random people out there doing terrible things. But if you do end up liking this video, like it, subscribe to the channel if you want more stuff like this. I do like doing weird news because, weird news not only gets views, but it can also be pretty interesting to look at. Yeah. Woo. I'm out of here. I'll catch all of y'all later. Peace.